He started running, then he turned around and went back.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty girl came out.
How are you, my dear?
Exhausted, tense, pissed off. I can go through every emotion out there because this family's...
Am I allowed to say me too?
This family's going to break me. I cried at work today. I screamed at him at work today.
I can handle it. She hung up on me the whole bit. I know what she's going through.
No, because you wouldn't let me speak.
I was talking and you tried to cut me off.
I'm at work.
And I said I'm right at the very last sentence.
No, I'm at work, Gary.
Okay, you could have said that and then...
I did. You couldn't hear me because you wouldn't let me say it.
Because you kept trying to say something. I thought you were going to tell me a whole topic. So
Gary, I said I'm at work. That should take
You
care
told
of
me call as many times as you have to until I answer.
If it's urgent, yes.
Well, it was kind of...
You said Mom was in
pain. It wasn't
pain.
Detrimental. It was yeah, because I wanted to know how many can she have at what...
That's important.
Yeah.
The fact that she didn't go to her hearing appointment and I said, I'll call Carl. We already were prepared for this, which meant Carl already knew.
I didn't know.
I know, but I was telling you
I'm
that.
dotting the I's and putting periods at the end of all this.
I told you that, though. Carl's already prepared. We already talked about it. I'll have him take care of it. And you said something else, and I said, I'll be there, meaning later. But
you said I'm at home. I'll be right down.
I did not. Gary, come on.
It's not important, okay? That's in the past.
No, it is important because you do not hear.
I do hear. I hear God.
You are allowed to do that.
You're not allowed to either. You're not allowed to tell anyone they're not allowed to talk about God.
No, I asked you if we could have a conversation without taking that
Right,
path.
So it'd be better if you said it after I said God, but I didn't say God.
No.
I said Gwad, G-W-A-D.
You know, as much as you think you know him, and as much as you're observing here, this whole dynamic is a lot more than what
Nancy created all this.
Gary, please take ownership of your part.
No, I said Nancy because I said, Nancy, all that, oh my God, that's what I've been doing. But it was stretched out in 24-hour periods or a day and a half. I haven't gotten 2 hours sleep since I've been here. Because I'll lay down and all of a sudden, Gary, I got to pee. And I'll wake up and I'm like, huh? Please don't tell me I'm hearing what I'm hearing. I got to pee. And I'm like, oh God. Calm down, Gary, regroup, go over. And she's seen it. Get her out of the bed, take your time, get her to sit up posture, because once she does that and puts her feet on the floor, it's 2 inches and she's standing up because of the height of the bed. Put her to I no sooner put her back in all comfortable, lay down and just start to, because I didn't wake up all the way so I could go back to sleep. Just ready to go back and all of a sudden, oh God, I peed my pants again. Pants, bed. No, it's not a matter of getting up and helping her back over there. It's not just that. It's go in there and get towels and pads and roll her over and wipe her and, we don't need to talk about all that. That's what I'm saying. Let's progress.
I'm trying to tell you that as much as you have experienced, you weren't going there when we were dealing with it, and she is shitting from the bed to the bathroom, and Carl is down.
No, I wasn't there. I was here when she was doing it.
Shitting on your floor, on your shampooing carpet?
Yeah, she was shitting from there to the bathroom,
and this
all
was
over the toilet.
Every day kind of crap.
Yeah, there was a period.
Carl shouldn't be the one who's in there trying to clean all this up, but he's doing that for me. She had a broken back, Gary. That was a lot. It was a lot. You had to get with her brace. You had to get her in there constantly.
All right, that's what I'm going through.
Okay.
And there's not the poopy stuff right now because she's pooping in the bed, so...
Why can't you just accept that I understand and...
Ditto.
And, I'm adding the and because somehow this part isn't gelling.
Ditto right here, so...
That we have gone through it and we didn't have anybody coming in and helping us either. I had people coming into my home criticizing what I was doing.
Well, I don't know anything about that.
No.
That has nothing to do with me other than
no,
tell
but
me.
I'm telling you that I told you this before in some level, not to this degree, that's why I say to you how much I appreciate you being here. It is a burden off me knowing somebody was with her. And
I know all that without being told. I'm not saying don't say it. I'm saying okay.
But I've tried to, it's one thing to say I know people know and all that. It's another to hear it. Like the other day
right,
when
but
we
to
were
hear
talking.
it as though I haven't had that here. She's been pooping on herself.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Well, do you understand that? She's been pooping on herself here. and you have 3 to help, whatever. But there's no difference. It's the situation that you got to deal with it, or you can deal with it anger and lose your temper for a moment and go, oh God, or are you going to suck it up and
But
go?
my point, again, it's kind of different angles. You're her son. Carl's her son-in-law.
I know, and that's what Nancy says. I can't believe Carl does that.
He steps in to help me so I could earn the money. He took my role. Nobody was there helping us except and Bridget, and dealing with Mom constantly. Somebody stolen her money. And she's hiding her pills, and I had to have her go and put into the psych unit because she wasn't drinking, and she was hiding pills and taking pills, and I didn't know it. And every day I'm picking up pills because I had a dog that would eat anything. Remember, ate a bag of pot.
Yeah, you told me that the other day.
She ate all those things, so eating Mom's pills would have not phased her at all. She would have probably died. So, there was my own stresses. So I can relate. I'm not saying it's equal. I can relate.
Right.
I understand. I like to tell you I appreciate you. But here's something that happened. We might as well just jump into it. That is not going to happen, and we're going to figure it out, how we're going to deal with this. You're not going to say to Mom about taking medicine or living holistic or going to a nursing home. One,
I didn't say that.
2 people heard it.
Who?
Nancy and Bridget. 2 different times from 2 different people.
No, I did not say that.
All right.
I said last night or the night before.
It was last night.
Okay. And there was no one here, so maybe Mom said it.
No.
Yes.
They were here.
God is my witness. Judge me forever in judgment
Okay,
if I'm a liar.
Then we're done.
Okay. No.
Because we're not going to
Because we'll go
there.
with that. But I may have said it twice. But I told Mom. She goes, I'm dying. And I'm okay with it. I just don't want to die with pain. I said, well, there's 2 ways to die. There's that way and hospice and everything else. But through holistic food coming into your system, not like change this is gone and now this. No, that's not good for the body. That's a shock. I said, well, we'll start weaning food in, and who knows, it might reduce the pain.
It's a gradual, stage.
Yeah, and it might reduce the pain that you're not in that kind of pain, okay? And she goes, that's what I want. And last night she brought it up to me. No one was here but me and her, and she brought it up about, well, what about the better nutrition? Is what she said, the word nutrition. I said, you talking about with Catherine and what she knows? And she goes, yeah. And why doesn't she ever come in and talk to me? I said, well, we're going to explain that and look for what. I went, I'll go. You want me to go get her now? She said, yeah. Catherine didn't want to be interrupted at that moment. She was doing business, And I said, the iron's hot right now. She wants to talk about it. You go talk to her about it when she doesn't want to. Okay, this is the moment. Did I not say that? And you went, sucked it up, and you went in, and she was pleasant to her, and they talked, and she came out with something written down, a list of what Mom said she likes. Okay? Not a list of what she says you should have. And today, I mentioned that to Nancy. She will not eat like that. I think Nancy, and I didn't think of this till like an hour or 2 ago, I think she's after all the trinkets. She wants Mom to die to get the trinkets for Gabby. As weird as that sounds.
Well, maybe I need to make it very clear that I own every little roll of toilet paper in this
And maybe you
house.
need to go through and videotape everything too.
Well, I pretty much know
Because
what
I'm
it
telling
is.
you, once that hit me, it was like, oh my gosh.
Because
Now it all makes sense.
Years ago, when Mom was trying to save Mies, I loaned her money. Didn't care. When she lost Mies, she signed over legal documents that I own contents.
Where's your what?
She gave me contents in lieu of the
Oh, okay.
money.
She tried to give me everything before that.
That was her way. There's nothing here of real financial value, maybe a trinket or 2. There were some sentimental values. She sat here and cried over some particular pieces that she didn't want anybody else to have.
And I keep telling her I don't want anything. She keeps going, what do you want? From the time I came back, what do you want? I'm like, I don't want nothing, Mom.
So I told her those things, don't worry about it. It's in my control. It's not that I want all this garbage. Look how much shit I got at my house already.
Right.
But I don't want her to worry that somebody is going to have something that she feels has an important sentimental value and will not appreciate it. I don't want her to worry about that.
Right.
Now, what happens later on, she won't have to worry about it because she won't know, right? But, again, back to the topic. Whether you want to admit you said it or not, you don't believe you said it, you don't remember saying it.
I do remember saying it, and I remember saying it twice. I didn't think it was 2 times in a row. But maybe Mom brought it up again later last night because she peed and I had to change her diaper. First time ever, and my hand's that far from her coochie. And having to pull it up and everything. And she started boo-hooing like a little baby. I never thought I'd see the day I'd have to wear a diaper. And I think that's when now I'm alone, I can talk to her. So maybe I tried earlier and didn't get to because earlier, all of a sudden, next thing I know, the nurse's aide is here and someone else is here and everybody's here. And okay,
Can
so
we back up to last night before Nancy left and Bridget left, and I don't know if Carl was here or not. And you and Nancy had to blow up. Can you think right before that? Bridget was here.
I remember,
Nancy was here.
I remember a bunch of people around her bed and something about headphones or...
Yeah, I think at one point.
Okay, it wasn't at that point because I was staying back. There were too many people around and it was all about...
up more. Nancy called me.
I may have said something like that in front of Bridget. I may have. I remember saying it twice. But last night I remember I already started to say this.
What I'm trying to get at is...
And then I remembered, I didn't get to finish. And she brought it up again. Okay, the other time I brought it up. Here's what you're looking at. I have a concussion. If I didn't know I had a concussion, I wouldn't know what I had to battle, okay? And I told Mom that earlier. I said, if you don't know what's going on, and then how can you battle anything? You're going to keep going, why this, why that? Now, I haven't told her what's going on other than...
If you do, you will not have any balls left. That's how adamant I am about protecting
But she
her.
has that right to know something.
She will know.
Okay, and that's what I told her. I said, it's not my job. I'm not involved with the doctor part of it. That's Sandy's job only. Not Nancy's, not mine. I told her that.
I invited Nancy for Monday, and that didn't happen. So, anyway, I told her tonight, we were talking, you were in and out, Dr. Lee is not giving me enough information.
I hadn't been in there when you said that.
And enough support. We do have somebody coming in to evaluate you because she was asking me. And I said, after we talk to them, I'm going to let you know when they give their assessment if there are other things that we can do that are going to make you get better. If you are on the path of dying, you know you're going to be dying, I'm going to be dying, but at least we will have a better idea, and from there we will make decisions.
That's kind of what I was telling Mom. And
I did not say the word hospice because to her, Dad died the next day. So we're not going there. We're not going to have hospice saying, I'm only coming with the police. We're not going there.
I don't know anything about that.
You were here.
Hiding underneath the truck.
Huh?
I was hiding under the truck.
No.
Yeah, I was.
Wait a minute. We're talking different days or something.
No, when the cops came.
Before the cops. The day before when they met with us out here.
I was under the truck.
Okay. You were in and out. You had a recorder. You're trying to record the lady. She asked you to turn it off. You just walked away. I'm looking at it. I didn't know I just picked it up and set it in the house.
Set what? What is it?
The recorder.
I would leave my recorder here?
Yes, you did.
Oh, maybe I thought, hell, get evidence.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, evidence is...
I mean, I got out of that court case with you by sending all the information to the judge, and he repented. You're on there coming at 9:30 at night in the snow going, what's the matter, Gary? You afraid of a camera? Your mom. Judge saw that, it was over. He goes, you're free to go. And Danny can tell you, he took me there. And 3 times I'll walk and I go, Judge, will you say that again? You are free to go.
Gary?
Yeah. Look up on record. You won't see no...
You came here after coming back, right after coming back from Vegas, and I said, you and I have not had a relationship, open any kind of communication from the moment before you left, right?
Since Dad. Since 1999.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
Rightfully
I was the scapegoat then, and I'm not going to be one now. Not with you, with Nancy.
I was going to say, you better be careful because we agreed when you came back, I said, we'll never agree about what happened. Let's put that in the past.
Well, I have it all on video, so.
Listen to
You
me.
shed video. I'm telling you, I got it on
Gary.
video. It's up in the shed.
Gary,
Yeah.
did
What?
you hit me or
Marlene?
not? Gary,
What hit you? No.
you want to talk about it?
No. You knocked my elbow out of joint. I
You
said
had
to
a
Carl.
boo-boo that bled because
No,
you
not a
punched
boo-boo.
me.
No, I didn't.
See?
If I punched you, you wouldn't have been able to jump on me.
Let's call God.
Let's go from
Let's
now.
call God protected me from you.
Oh yeah. He put up a shield and busted
Okay,
my
we're
knuckles.
done. We're
no,
done.
You
We're
can't
not going to
progress.
talk about it.
You can't.
I asked you
Marlene,
not. You
that's
call
what
me
she
whatever
does.
you want.
Well-
I asked you when you came back. We'll never agree about the past.
We can't agree, but we don't need to. We don't need to rehash. We need to
I
work from
asked
now
you not
forward.
to. Let's not do that.
Work now forward. Let's not do that.
No, I asked you when you came back. I said we will
And
not.
I'm doing it right now, but you won't go forward.
You're not letting me
You
finish.
won't drop it.
Because you do never let anybody say what they want
I may
to say
not.
if they do. I don't give a
You
fuck.
will. I'm St. John. That's Mary.
Can you please have a conversation about your mother and about how we as a family have to function and what I will not tolerate?
And how many times I've picked up trails of poop and
I
unpacked
will
her
not
hose.
tolerate you saying to Mom, do you want to take pills that are killing you?
No, I didn't
Do you-
say that.
Do you want
I
to?
did not say
Do
killing
you
you.
want, that will kill you? Maybe
No,
wrong
no,
adjective.
no. I said
Or
you can take
do you
pills.
do you want holistic or do you
See,
want to go to a
I'm warning
nursing
you.
home?
No,
I
I didn't
Gary,
say that. I did not say that.
Gary, I'm
Get
a
Bridget
strong
up here.
personality. I can argue with you. I
I know
don't
you
want to
can.
argue.
You've got to learn from the best. Get Bridget up here
Thank
now.
God I learned from the
I know
best,
you're
'cause
good.
I'm a
Look at
strong
Carl.
woman.
Look at Carl. Okay, that ain't whatever Alzheimer. That ain't.
It's not all.
No, because he was talking to me yesterday back there, and the only time he shook was when he went to wipe his brow, and it was barely. But the whole time he was just sitting there like this talking to me, and I'm looking. I didn't say a word, and I'm like, and I even told her.
So
afterwards,
now you know about his health.
it's that wackadoo family down there. But let's progress
Gary?
now forward.
Gary?
What do you want me to know?
Now forward is what I just told you, and now forward is you are not going to put Mom in a negative perspective. You are going to be positive.
I am.
If you cannot be positive, not argue with people
Here
here.
it comes.
You,
I already know. Go ahead.
what do you know?
You can just move.
No. That is the bottom line.
Uh-huh.
But what I'm saying is, if it's not the environment that you feel is functional for you, you can move on. I am not
That's what Mom
quoting
told me
you
today.
here.
She said, you have never done a thing for me in 2 years.
I
And then
can't-
turned right
I'm
around
not
and said, Gary-
accountable for what she
And
said.
then she said, turned right around and said, Gary, come by your cell phone.
Gary,
But she said the other right after Nancy whispered in her ear
you
and
want
went
to
out the
be
door.
dominant and
No,
control
Nancy's
everything.
manipulating and you're falling in line.
You think Nancy manipulates me?
This whole situation.
Wow.
Yeah. Go in there and look at the mess she made. She bought a cream pie and left it out there to melt. And I
Okay.
started to put it up because that's
And
my
I
nature.
know, and how
I'm conservative.
immature to leave a cigarette butt laying on the table, a
Toast.
toast that she made or whatever,
Yeah.
a coffee cup, a spoon.
Right.
How immature
Really is.
it is. And Gary, again, you told me, you didn't even tell me, you weren't emptying her bedside commode. And I finally, after days of doing that, said, are you just not going to do it? And you said no.
No. I said
good.
that's from today. That's what I
Tell me
said
the last time you emptied one. Exactly.
last night.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you. So,
That was the last time. The time before that, you want me to go through the files when I
if you
live
have
progressive?
to. But
I
I'm
live in
coming
the
up
peace of
every
the spirit.
morning.
I try.
am emptying them. I'm trying to empty it every night.
Every night.
I'm here every night.
Lately. Every night,
Yes.
kind of clockwork. Lately. Okay. Yeah, you empty it.
Because you told me you weren't going to do it.
No, I said I'm not going to keep doing it. I didn't say
Okay.
I wouldn't. But I want Mom because I've been
Just
telling Mom.
define the difference for me so I understand. Keep or not doing
The
it.
girl that comes by for therapy, Mom even told her, can you walk me over to that toilet by the computer?
Yeah, you told me all that.
Okay. She'll tell you. Ask her, did my mom do this? And that's what she would do. Walk over, let the dogs out, walk right past that and go poop in that. Okay, after 4 weeks or more of that, okay, it's like, I'm not going to live Elsinore with a 5-gallon bucket filled to the rim and you kids
What
are
do
carrying
you
it.
know about that? You don't
Because
even
I opened the door one time and I said, I saw a little bit of yellow with a little turd in it, and I walked up to Grandpa Sisson in the hallway and I went, Grandpa, poop in the closet, poop. It don't belong in the closet, Grandpa. And he went, go tell your mother, Gary. And I went in and I said, Mom, they're pooping in the bucket. And I don't think she ever did it again after that. I think that's when she quit. But Grandpa said that, and that's what happened.
How many years of difference between us?
7.
Okay. So when
But I'm an old soul.
So when you do the math, and the age I was when Mom lived in one room and we were tending to her, you were very young. And
I didn't say that. She was on the couch.
Right. One room. Nancy and I would empty the bucket, and there's no way we emptied the bucket and set it in that closet. We wouldn't put it in there with something.
I was a little toddler, but I remember it was behind something, and the couch was here, and it was over that way. Okay? Only you know.
You said the closet.
Well, I said a closet. There was some kind of closet. It was hidden in something. And maybe you guys were griping, and maybe I looked over. I was a toddler.
Whatever.
We moved here when I was 3.5, almost 4.
So there's no way you have recollection.
I remember
of
being
that.
born, okay?
Yeah, I know. They say you don't have good memories. I just heard this. Children do not have solid memories of being 2. They have fragments of memories, things they've heard, things they've seen, and pictures that they put together in memory. You can
And they
remember,
make it up. Yeah.
You can remember being born. I'm not
I
going to
remember being
challenge it
born because I
wasn't
was
there.
cold. And I went, where am I? I was cold, and I'm going, where am I? And then I went,
you coming across and dealing
and
with
then I
poop,
said,
you
God,
know.
it's cold here. And then all of a sudden I knew where I was. I didn't know the earth, but I went, oh no, I've been here before. I've been here before. No. And then in the nursery room,
there's no
the
way you
nurse came
found
in.
it in a bathroom.
The nurse came in the nursery room, and I went, bless God.
And
I wanted her to notice me out of
you
these.
did not have a lot to do with any of that.
And
because
so then
you were
she ran out of the room and came back with
And-
2 more nurses, and they're standing there, and she kept doing this with her clear. I remember her fingernails
Mary,
clear
come
and
on.
beautiful. She had vanilla perfume
This is why
and
you
little
can't
braces.
have a
and
real-life
I wouldn't talk.
conversation.
God said, "Don't speak again." I kept going like this, looking at it, and she goes, "Look, a newborn baby cannot focus. He's even watching this with his eyes." Okay, I remember
Gary.
that. I remember before I came here, they talked about this family. They said it has a lot of history. We decided you should go there. I went,
Gary.
so I wish I would have looked in that crystal ball. I would have been like, no way, make me a million billionaire before that shit.
I'm sorry that you are exposed. I told you we were not a perfect family and that you were
I
going to
already
learn.
told you too.
You were going to learn a lot that you probably didn't think. Gary and I do not have a relationship.
No, God and
Wait.
I have a relationship.
What does that have to do with me and you?
If you were godly, you would know.
Don't presume to tell me about my relationship.
I didn't say you're
with
God. I
I'm
said
not a
if.
God.
If you knew the God I knew, even an inkling, you would know that you shall lay hands on the
Please,
sick.
again, I
He
asked,
said you shall lay hands on the
and I
sick.
believe in that.
Then go do it. Let's go.
You don't tell me what.
I ain't telling you what to do. I'm
You
telling
said go do it.
you. Yeah, let's go.
Back it up.
I threw let's in there. Let's go do it.
Back it up.
I bet you I can pray longer than you can.
I bet you can. Especially when you take enhancements to help you
No,
survive.
no enhancements. No
There
drugs.
You do.
No drugs.
You do, and I think
I bet you if we
sometimes
did
it
drug
throws you
tests,
off.
there'd be drugs in you and none in me. I bet you.
Well, I know the medication.
They might be legal drugs, but even God, Jesus picked on them. He said, physician, heal yourself. Did he not say that?
Gary, do you want to be part of Mom's final days? Do you want to help?
Not this realm that it entered 5 days ago.
Okay.
This is
then
where I
you
go.
have to decide what you're going to do next. Because I can't have the negativity.
What negativity?
Oh my God.
I'm wiping her ass, dumping her buckets, changing her diapers.
So am I.
Untangling. Oh, remember how you went in there with the cord, Mom? Be careful with the air cord. I did it. I go through that, and I get her in there, and all of a sudden, they're tangled. And it's like, how in the hell do you get these things tangled after you're laying there?
Gary.
And freaking out. And I'm going, Mom, calm down. You got one on your nose. You know, I'm getting the other one. Oh,
Look,
it's empty. No, it
if,
ain't
you know,
empty. It's not empty,
If
Mom. It's
Catherine's
half.
here to be of some help, I'm
Now,
going to
can't you
ask
take what you go through and
Catherine
understand?
to try
That's
to help
Gary.
you to deal with your involvement and your frustrations.
Well, Mom told me today I never did one thing in 2 years. So that's how you sound to me right now.
Take it for
See,
what you
now that you've reached this hospice stage, nobody gives a shit about Gary now. But wait a minute, 2 days
Wait a minute, where do you get that?
from what you're saying right now. I will be involved. I will take care of her, but I'm not going to become a hospice type person,
Whatever that is.
I'll do the same thing I've been doing for 2 years. No sleep, at her beckoning call, take care of it, swallow my again.
But
I have
that's
not had 2 hours sleep.
energy around here.
Huh?
I don't want that energy.
What energy? I've been
that you
taking
just
care of her.
said.
No, I'm going to do that, but this hospice bullshit, I don't.
When it's time, it will happen.
I know it will happen, but like I would not go to the hospital with her in an ambulance. That's what I'm saying. That realm of, I will give her medication on time. I'll see if she does it, like I have been doing. I will feed her dog. I will give him the pill on time like I have been doing.
You have.
And preventing him from having any seizures, because when they happen, she takes him, holding him upside down, and I'm like, you can't do that, come here, puppy boy, and I'm out here in the drizzling rain holding him down and going like this, and I'm like, do you feel the wet grass? Puppy boy Gary's here with you, Dr.
That's why we're not
And it's 2 hours, okay?
That's why we're not reacting. I'm sorry.
It's 2 hours of bringing puppy out of a epileptic fit, okay? I'd rather make sure that I spend my time regulating. Once a week, I give him 1/2 of a pill extra, and that has been keeping him from going through that.
And remember, when she stayed with us for those periods, more than once, the dog was part of the maintenance too.
I know.
So we understand.
Right. So why do you talk like it's this side of the wall and that side of the wall?
It is.
And if you went through it down there, imagine what I'm going through now later, as it's getting worse. A year ago to this month and next month, she was driving the car to a bar. I had to haul the oxygen tanks, but she was the one behind the wheel. Look at the degradation. And I don't believe that she has to fade on out, but if that's the route it's going to be, everybody's saying she'll be at peace with herself. Okay.
Whatever. I'm
Yeah,
not
right.
going to be responsible for
But
what other
Nancy
people are
is
saying.
bringing garbage over, and I think she's out to go ahead and get rid of her, to get rid of the burden. At the same time, oh, Gabby would like that and that and that. You watch. It'll be gone. So if you don't watch for it that day or lock the house. Anyway, let's be progressive.
Well, I'm gonna address that. My
Catherine never
children
thought she
know
would
if
be here.
Mom's at the hospital dying, they're not to come to the hospital to support me. They're here to secure the house. They've known that for years.
Okay, whatever. But now you know, like, there can be a niche. Because while you were all freaking out over Dad down at the hospital, I went in there and grabbed one ladder, his Hawkins trowel, and a margin trowel, and that was it. And I went down there and told Dad. And I said, there's another ladder, there's another trowel, all these things. But so if you want me to take it back, I'll take it back, Dad. And he said, no, you keep it. Okay? I was the one who.
Was that before the stroke?
It was after, and it was the.
There was no way he told you that because he couldn't.
You did cut me off. I'm the one who taught Dad 1 blink, yes, 2 no.
What did
because
you
I
preach
recorded.
when you were preaching to him when he was
No, I didn't
stuck
preach.
in a
I didn't.
hospital?
See, here we go. Change topic. Don't be
Same
logical.
thing you were talking about down in the
Anyway,
hospital.
I put headphones on him because I spent a whole day recording 6 hours of Irish music on a cassette tape. Took my cassette player over there, hooked up the earphones directly to it. It's that type. And I put it on his ears. I did Elvis first, so there was 3 hours of Elvis, 6 hours of Irish. I did the Elvis first, and he just laid there and enjoyed it. And then I put the Irish one on, and I thought, well, this might get uncomfortable because it does after a while. So I said, hey, Dad, if the headphones are too tight on you, give me a blink, yes, you want me to remove it, 2, no. And he went, with both eyes, he went like that. I went, yes, and he went, okay, so I held it there. I didn't let it lay there. I held it just right, so it was all. And then all of a sudden, my boy Willie came on, and he started going like that, left and right. And I thought he wanted me to take it off, that he was too much, maybe too much thinking. And so I started to pull it away, and he went like that. He started fetching his ear towards it, so I'm pulling it away, and I went, oh, you want me to put it on? And he's like, and that was his favorite song, and so I held it real tight. And my boy Willie.
So you didn't preach,
So I'm
but
such
you
a bad
wore a
person.
black robe.
You know who owned that? Bishop Pilarczyk of the Catholic Church.
Oh,
He told, that was the guy who ran the St. John Passion play.
Are we talking about the robe?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Here's how I got it. I didn't run down and buy it.
No, I didn't say you did.
Well, I'm telling you. The guy who ran the St. John Passion play that I was in every year, I was over at his house, and he mentioned, Gary, he said, Archbishop Pilarczyk left these with me, and he said he knows one day I will meet the guy that I'm supposed to give this to. And I never thought I'd meet him, but I know I've met him now. You're the guy he wants to have these robes, okay? So they're blessed, okay? And I didn't want them because he knows I'm not into that. And finally I went, I'll take it. So I kept it. In that hospital, it was cold. And I had a white one and a black one. I thought, and it's cold. I thought, why mess around with blankets? Just lay it over him, okay? Put the black one on, they come in, they're going to think death and he's doing satanic shit. So I put the white one on him for purity. Said a prayer. No religion to Dad or nothing. He was asleep. And I laid down, put the black one over me. I thought, this will look funny if they come in, but oh well. One plus God. So I went, dear Lord, may he be warm in that, and may the blessing of Archbishop Pilarchik cover him in warmth, and went to sleep. I had a little crystal in the window that I kept trying to create rainbows for Dad at different times, never could.
And the video camera was for what?
So I woke up in the morning, there were rainbows shooting across right above Dad, and I'm like, thank you, God. A year later was Easter on Dad's birthday. Look it up on the records. It was Easter Sunday, April 23rd. I woke up that morning, first time ever, rainbows bouncing all around my room, and I'm like, whoa. I'm talking about the spooky stuff with Dad, like Nancy saw green balloons one day, okay, on his birthday, whatever. Okay, that type of thing. And I don't believe these things, but I'm learning to, okay? But not latch on to it. But, so no one knows. Anyways, getting back to, like, whatever. Yes, you had your little, and if I get picked on like I don't understand, well, then those were words of vanity saying, Gary, we really appreciate you. Although I already knew you all should. But I told Mark and Nancy a year ago, come see Mom now, 2 years ago, come see her now once a month. There's 4 of you. Sandy's down the road, so that don't count. And Danny pops in anyway, so can't the 4 of you come one time a month to see your mother, because she lights up. And maybe the nephews and grandchildren and stuff, they can pop in one time a month also. Every other month, there's enough of them that all of a sudden, and Jason popped in after that, not knowing anything, and she lit up. Jason came in, he went, it's me, Grandma. And he went, Jason. She went, oh, Jason. She stood right up. Now, she could still get up and everything, but the way she lit up with glow, and it was like, oh, that's right.
Why can't you accept
that I'm evil? I'm just kidding, okay? I don't think...
because thank God somebody's here hearing that I'm not saying those things you're throwing out there. Because I know I didn't, and I wouldn't.
I would.
You would say it?
Say what? Say it. I would say what?
I said I wouldn't say things like you're evil.
What name one? Oh, it was. I laughed. I said it's a joke. It's a joke.
Thank God she heard.
It's a joke.
Thank God she heard that I didn't say.
Right, because it's a joke. Because
Gary, we can't talk.
It's a joke because evil spelled backwards is live.
Is the light on your left or right? Because I'm sure we both see it in different places.
Evil spelled backwards is live. I live. I'm alive.
Okay, whatever. It doesn't compute.
So progressing forward,
I hung up on you last night when you started telling me what Devin needs to do.
No.
I'm going to be real clear.
Okay.
There's some real points here that you have to back
A man
off.
should be a man of his words. Why didn't he leave it here and I can charge it? He took it down there to charge it and said, I'll be back when it's charged. He didn't. A man should be a man of his word.
He is a man of his word, and don't do that. You are not crossing.
Did he come back last night? Did he call and say I'm not?
He was told not to.
Well, now I know.
You didn't let me tell you last night.
Oh, you hung up.
Because you weren't listening.
Because you didn't tell me.
Again, just like now. You talk over people you don't want to hear.
Okay, Catherine. I can take it. Not who, but am I doing wrong?
She's not doing it. She's not.
Not who. I'm not getting her involved.
You are.
No. If I'm wrong and I should tell me.
Let me speak.
I trust her. Okay.
Oh, well.
Okay. So well, you're the one attacking me, so I can't say.
Call it attacking.
What are you doing?
I'm saying.
Go ahead.
There are things that you're not going to do. You can call that an attack, but you are not going to step over and attack anyone of my family, my children. You are not going to judge them as to what they do. You know not.
They got me involved in the headphones, so that made me part and parcel to the party of the goofiness.
You know not, and you're not going to preach that and do this man of, because, Gary, you may think you have a lot to share and that you're ultimately right, but as you see, if we want to argue, I can be as loud as you.
It ain't we about it. I'm the one keeping this conversation going. You done almost put a hole in the table and left.
No, it's my
You're
turn.
still here. No, I didn't say it wasn't.
No, I can put a hole
You
in it.
almost went.
And I did that at work too.
Okay,
Unbeknownst to me,
you were that
you pissed me off
angry.
that angry.
Yet I kept you here. Go ahead.
You did not keep me here.
Then what are you doing here? You got up and started to leave. Somehow you're back here.
No, you're missing.
Jesus.
Hold on. I am now. Did you come to the door and say Mom needed something? I went in to take care of Mom and I came back.
Was that when she smacked the thing?
I didn't get up to leave.
You walked over that way.
I did not.
No, she came back from assisting Mom and stuff.
What about when she did that? What happened?
Did I get
because
up?
you provoked her.
No.
Did I get
She
up?
said that
He said I got up and walked away.
No, you don't.
you didn't walk off. You started to get up. You said, "Boom! I had enough." And I said, "Whatever that
No,
God
you
gave me
said
to
I
say."
was walking away and you kept me here. I'm here because
Okay,
I
Marlene,
want
let's
to have.
be contentious.
See, you want to
Do
be
you know what that word
insulted.
means? Contention.
You know, Gary, on a grammar test, I'd outshine you in any moment.
Then tell me what
I went to
contention.
high school.
Contention.
I'm not going to play this.
Because you don't know.
See, there you go. I came here to talk
Make
to
me
you
eat my
about my
words.
mom.
Define contention.
Asshole. That's contention. You're an asshole. Stop. And
Did you
let's
hear the
talk.
fireworks go off?
Oh, that was God again.
Yes.
And God was doing them earlier when you weren't listening, and she was
And he
asking
shot
if
lightning
it was,
yesterday.
and if it was,
And
she
he
was
shot
asking
lightning
if it
and
was
she went-
gunshots, and you were talking so bad you didn't even hear it, and I said no, it's fireworks. They
Life
do it all the
isn't like
time.
you think. It ain't freebie out there. It's all on the head of a needle. So keep it up. It's like a turntable. When you look through that little window,
Gary,
all these dots are on one circle. But you turn it
understand,
on and some go faster than others
have
go
been in
reverse.
this family longer, so I've had
I know.
more
So
exposure.
you had more practice. Yeah.
Right? See, we agree on something. High
You
five.
had practice. Yeah. You learned it from the queen.
See, you're disrespectful to your mother when you say those things.
No.
Yes.
You're disrespecting her when you take it that way. Unless I define it that way, it ain't that way. I'm having humor. God's cracking jokes because we're close.
Well, you can talk with him and have jokes later.
We talk 24 hours a day since I was born.
If you could focus on this conversation.
I'm trying to, but you keep going off, and you won't even answer contention. Do you know what?
I'll tell you
Do you
what.
know what clavinger means?
No,
clavinger?
I don't know that word.
You don't?
No,
Would you like to know?
no. I
It's a
want.
good one. It
I
means
don't
keeper of
care.
the keys. St. Peter is the
I
clavinger.
care about my mother. I
Okay, then
care
let's-
about peace. I care that we are not going down this path again. I told you the other day, I don't want to go down this path. We did this before, 19 years ago. It cost you and me, who used to have somewhat of a relationship,
That's why I came back to hug you. I didn't think it would be a big deal. Dad asked us to do that.
and I have the right of my person to say, no, I am very upset right now. I do not feel
I didn't know that, but you got upset when I
I
brought the
told
pills
you.
in. You and Nancy were arguing about pills. I slipped them in. I went, "You mean these?" And you turned
Thank
around
God you
and
do
blew-
remember something,
Yeah, and you
because-
blew up. That's when
No,
you
I did
hated
not
me
blow
from that
up.
moment forward.
No.
Because Gary is so intelligent. Why argue and go which one?
No,
I
you want
slipped
an
in and I
answer to that?
See, yeah, and I put them down and I went, "You mean these?" As soon as you guys quit arguing, I went, "You mean these?" And you went, "Ah, I hate how you do that." Okay, your turn. How'd you see it?
Mom said Dad needed his pills, right?
I don't know about all that because I wasn't involved, but I was sitting
You
there.
were involved because you went to get them.
I,
And what I'm explaining is that at that moment I said, they have changed his medicine. You don't know what it is. You can't give it to him. And you persisted, and I did say, no, you do not know.
I did not try to give it to him. I put it there for you and Nancy to eat. You two and Nancy were arguing. Did you give him this pill today? I don't know which pill. And
No,
so,
not true. Because
it is true.
Mom and I manage his medication.
Why would I go give Dad a pill when you guys are there? And I never gave him a pill before. But
Why
now,
were we all there?
because Dad requested we all come.
Why did Dad request it?
Because he said, before she dies, can I see you all?
Before he dies.
Yeah, he said, before I die, can I see you all pretend? Can I see you all love each other, even if you have to pretend? And I bit my tongue because I almost said, Dad, pretend now? Okay, and this is how it's been, and I bit my tongue,
Will you
and
write
you and
this
Nancy,
book? Because this will be interesting. I want to see
more than you know.
not just this part about your life and your father and him dying and how.
Oh, he came to me after he died.
I'm glad.
For 3 days. And finally I said, okay, Dad, why'd you come to me? And he goes, you're the only one that hears me. I said, yeah, but they keep saying, you know, and he goes, I said that to keep them off of me, Gary. And I said, well, Dad, I've been up 3 days talking with you, Ghost Dad. I said, why don't you go haunt Mom? And all of a sudden, he went down like a hallway. And I told Nancy the next morning about it. She goes, when was that? And I told her, and she went, oh my God. Mom told me this morning that at 2 a.m. or whatever, Dad has been talking to her nonstop.
Dad had us come together because of the way you guys treated Mom.
Not me. My shield was my video camera.
Four.
You were in that.
And he said, you don't know what your mother does for me. She changes my diaper.
He said that? Yeah.
He did say that. And for a man who's a strong construction man, he humbled himself in front of his sons and said the things that were the hardest thing for him to say. And he said, if you want to know, you come and change my diaper. And I walked out of the room because I didn't want to see him like that. And when you and I had our falling out because I said, don't touch my person, I didn't use those terms. I'm like, Gary, I don't feel like it.
I don't recall hearing words. I remember like, no.
I said, I don't feel like, and I moved away, and you came and grabbed me. Yes.
I hugged you, but you're so big, I'm sorry if it felt like a grab.
I wasn't that big
then.
then.
And you pushed me back. Yeah, you were, because you fell on me, and I busted my elbow, and I went, Carl. I could have hit you right then. I went, Carl.
I wish.
I could have.
Gary.
And I went, Carl. Bring your whole family down here and see who walks away. But let's videotape it. Let's videotape it to prove that someone took the first swing, not me. It's all self-defense. But Carl can tell you, I said, Carl.
Get her off me.
No, I said, Carl, these are the exact words. Carl, you need to get your wife off of me. And he went to pull you off, and you went even more ballistic. Nah! And I slid out from under you, and I got up, and I went out there. And I came out there over to Mark's house, and he had just left that quick. And I'm bleeding and everything. He's like, what the hell happened?
Okay, and this bleeding was caused by the broken scab?
No scab.
You had a scab.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, Gary. All right.
No, it doesn't matter. You want to live the past, and I ain't going nowhere. Let's go forward. Okay, so I'm going to continue taking care of Mom like I have. But this hospice shit, anything with ambulance rides, doctor's appointments, I have not been involved. And I'm not going to be involved with that. I might, but I've seen it before, okay? And if it's not like it was before,
look, if we come to a peaceful, this is the way the home's going to be, this is how we are going to function, then those who can't do it need to stay away. And those who are willing to take it on will take it on. I've been preparing it for this ever since Dad died. I knew someday. Right. Mom was supposed to die at 94, so I thought I had 10 more years. But
you might with holistic health, but who knows?
Well, who knows? You should. You're God.
No, I'm the other God. I'm the one that he delivered the kingdom to. Go ahead.
Yeah, so God. So anyway.
You're a God. It's in the Bible. Jesus said, no, you're not. I said you are God. Yeah, he ain't playing. Go ahead.
So anyway, we are going to have peace and harmony here.
Amen.
But you're not doing your part to keep it down.
Yes, I am. Nancy has created the chaos.
Let's just talk about you and me.
Well, I can't help but she came over today, and the whole day was in and out, leaving your doors wide open each time because she knew I would get up and close it. So I'm sure that's why she kept leaving it open. And finally I said, and she overheard it, I said, Sandy's already complaining about bills of $400 a month. And then that's when it hit me, oh, she's trying to run your bills up. She probably knows your situation that I didn't know.
I did knowledge. I took it upon myself to do a very positive thing for your mom, to bring home nutritious fruits and different things.
Yeah, Nancy told me.
Yeah, and she went off on me about it.
She told me. So I'm not trying to cut you off. What I'm saying is she acknowledged, because you're caught in the middle. What was said last night that is not being acknowledged, and then what you tried to do is a kindness. And
what was said last night?
What I tried to talk to you about that you said didn't happen.
Well, say it. You just wasted that breath. Same breath you could have told me.
You don't think all this stuff you've been talking about is wasting breath?
No, it isn't.
I didn't know I had to reaffirm. We started with, you said to Mom about the medication versus holistic
I did not say that.
versus nursing home.
Get Bridget up here. I did
Mother
not say
has
that.
even told me that you said that I will put her in a nursing home.
I did not say that.
So, I've heard
Because
it
she asked me, she said,
multiple
she
times.
went into nursing home, and I said, Sandy has sworn that will never happen.
She and I, Mom and I had words when I found out she was researching them on her own.
Well, I don't know anything about what you're
No,
talking about, but let's finish this up.
It's the same thing.
I told her, Sandy said that will never happen. But I said, Mom, you got the pills and you got this avenue. We can add the other one. Well, we're going to gently do it. I didn't want her to all of a sudden be like, I didn't want, because how Mom is, she'll latch onto things. I didn't want her to latch onto, I didn't want her to latch onto holistic medicine. Okay? So I told her, the pills and this.
It's about changing a way a person thinks and carries themselves forward.
But you have put Catherine in an awkward
No, I
spot.
didn't.
You did.
Have I put you in an awkward?
Well, not from her. Maybe she's not sure.
She should know.
No, I'm telling from this viewpoint.
Right.
From this, the family
right,
looking.
But you don't know, okay? Because we've talked for 2 years.
Okay, Catherine, I guess you don't care about how you feel with people and how they're reacting.
Did I put you in this awkward situation? How?
Well, then you're ready to let me finish. So, you put her in an awkward position because I was unaware of the details of you coming. I was unaware as to my contribution of you being here. I'm hearing bits and pieces. I'm trying to put it together. I wanted to talk to him since Sunday, but there's too much chaos to have a real conversation. Not your fault. And when anybody's like, you know, like, I'll just say, she's not going to come in here and force that. I'm like, stop. She only knows what Gary has told her.
You want to know what I told her? She'll tell you. Stay back. That's what I told her. Stay out.
The point is that you only know of this family what you've heard from me. Good, bad, or indifferent. So when you come in and you're trying to be helpful because that's what you're thinking I'm going to interpret this.
And that's her heart, yeah.
You're thinking we understand that you're coming to do this. No, surprise, we did not.
But Mom kept asking.
But let's back up again.
And then she got sick the next day.
Let's back up again. So we don't know. You're interjecting and sharing and whatever. Okay, some of us are a little more like, let me find out more. I don't draw the line and say, I didn't like what I just heard, so I'm done, kind of thing. I've learned a lot of times that if somebody does not, whatever, if something doesn't seem right with somebody, it's maybe I didn't understand. And get to know them and talk and figure it out and ask. And I didn't want to ask you anything until I talked to him, but he's hard to talk to from my perspective. So.
Thank you very much. From yours.
We're not going to do a survey,
right,
but you ain't going to win that one.
It doesn't mean one knows something the other doesn't. I don't know something you don't. It doesn't mean different levels of, okay? I'm just saying.
You're throwing that in there. I'm saying
that's
communication is hard with you.
That's from your point of view, and I'm not saying right or wrong. That is your point of view.
And I said, you said mine, and I took it. I owned it from the beginning. But you are hard, and you know other people have trouble. You bring Stephanie into your conversation before about her.
What?
About her, whether she's up here or whatever. Stephanie will not be anywhere you're around. And if you ever say to her anything along the lines that you have shared about Riley being reincarnated.
I didn't say that.
Oh my God.
It's Grandpa Sisson, but I almost spit it out. I thought, my God, if Nancy tells anyone, I don't want Mom going, okay? So I went, Dad.
Do you think we've never heard you say this before?
Say what?
About him being reincarnated.
I never told you it's Grandpa Sisson.
I don't care who you think
I know you don't care, but there is reincarnation.
The point
the Bible's
is,
full of it.
You don't tell a pregnant woman.
I didn't. Nancy did.
You did, because I was right there when you did it.
No.
At Seton Festival.
No.
Yep.
No, I laughed and I said, I know you. And the baby went like this. And I went, what?
You said, Dad.
No, as I walked off,
Gary.
I told Jim Stye, I said, I'm laughing. I went, because the wind came in, the lightning and everything. And I thought that was funny. It came in out of nowhere. And I went, that's my dad. That's my dad as I walked off. I didn't go, Stephanie, this is Dad.
So, because of the way you think and process, she did not feel safe.
I know I was going to steal the baby so I could hang out with my dad. You know, that's what you all thought. You had to have. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been so wacky about it.
We're being wacky.
Yeah. So what if he's reincarnated? So what if I believe in reincarnation? The Hindus and the monks believe in that. They'll go to a house and take the child, and they let the little
they can't trust their uncle
Wait a minute, I was talking, but I'll start over. I want to hear what you want me to hear.
Well, because you're going way back on Hindus.
Just said.
I don't want to talk about Hindus. So I'm going to continue.
No, the monks and the Hindus believe in it, and the world don't hate them.
That your family felt they could not trust their uncle to be with his nephew. They didn't know what your
I had no desire to be with him, but couldn't trust me for what? Am I stab him, steal him?
I don't know, but I'm a mother. I'm going to protect my children,
okay.
And that's what Stephanie did. And she is not going to subject him to you. I
don't want him around me. I've never seen him. Not even on Facebook.
He is 17 years old now, and she just said to me this morning, if I were around, because it was shared with her that you said she needs to be up here, that if I'm up here, if she is up here...
No, because I started saying, I said, no, Stephanie has been coming here. So I'm honing in on who told you this, because I'm starting to remember who I said that to.
It's not a secret.
Then who told you that?
She told me that, and I'll tell you.
Stephanie told you that I said...
That Bridget said.
There you go. Stephanie didn't say it. I didn't say it in front of Stephanie. I said, you all need to be up here, even if you come up once a month. There's enough of you. And I said that earlier, so I'm not a liar. And I went, even Stephanie.
Where are your children up here helping?
And I said, you, Stephanie. And I went, no, Stephanie has been coming by lately that I know of. Okay? I said, you. And I said, you, and she goes, I do pop in. I said, yeah, you do. But Angie doesn't, Josh doesn't, Zach doesn't.
Jason doesn't. I mean, I don't
know their names.
Sean.
You could, because that's your ilk.
My ilk?
That's your ilk.
To know my family?
No, to take something minute and blow it so big that it becomes contentious.
There's lots of people. The people I hold responsible for how they take care of Mom is her siblings. Not her siblings,
right, and
my siblings, her children. 5 of us.
Mark don't come over, Nancy don't come over.
Anybody else outside of that is based on what they feel is right. Because they have to deal with their generation. When I go, it's up to my 5 children.
Right, and here I am. I'm here, and I was living at Nancy's for free, had nothing to worry about, and I could do anything I wanted. Smoke in the house, smoke that too. I could do anything, but I gave all that up to be here. I didn't know I'd stay here. What's this?
Wait a minute. I'm going to comment on it. Go ahead. I'll let you finish. You came here to get away from there because you were fighting with her.
No, I wasn't. No, I said, I'm going back. I'm sure that's what she would say. Did she say it after she's angry? Or
no, at the time. You told me. You came here because you two were fighting. Then you went back.
Oh, no, it was over a box. Yeah, we almost got evicted, and I put a box in my room. I am gone. Come down here to get the money from Mom, bring it back to her for one day alone. And I get back, and she's got that empty box on the kitchen table in the way of everything. So I left it for 3 days, and I'm thinking,
why is this relevant?
This is where the argument came in with Nancy.
I don't care about the details.
I know.
I'm saying
well, you need to know how stupid the argument was, and it wasn't an argument. I was still living there. 4 months later, I was still there. So there was no argument, and I left. There was not that.
And then periodically you would come down here for short periods, and you'd go
7 months at a time, yeah.
No.
Yeah, one was 7 months.
Okay.
And then I went back to Nancy's for 7 months, and Mom didn't even call me one time. And I thought of that, and I went, wait a minute. 7 months that, Gary, I need you, I thank you, you don't know how much I appreciate it. And I come back to 7 months later, all of a sudden I go one day, I'm like, wow, how long have I been back here now?
I don't know.
7 months back at Nancy's. 7 months, and my mom hasn't called me one time. Same thing in Vegas.
You called her?
I'm 2 years in Vegas, and she calls me one time to ask me if she can have my truck. After you went out of your way to try to make me homeless.
After I?
No, Mom. She went out of her way, constant. And I was standing upstairs after one court
The truck
session.
you abandoned on my property that I had to pay to get rid of?
No, a friend of mine came and got it.
Yeah, eventually.
Okay, but you didn't pay to get rid of it.
But I was. I'd already contracted to get rid of it.
Well, I was going to go take a shit in 15 minutes, okay? You did not have to do that. You left it hanging as though that was the truth. That is not the truth. And I went in there and put electric in there. I spent $1,800 remodeling the interior, putting up Denny board, insulation, and all new electricity.
Zero value.
It might be zero value, but I did it.
And so did Carl once upon a time.
35 years ago, when waiting for them to put in sewers.
Somebody stole it.
See, that has nothing to do with when I moved in there.
How many months did you live in that abandoned vehicle while I'm getting the city up my ass because
you know why? Again, because of Nancy.
Well, it's between you and me. You did that.
I've got that on video too. Nancy arguing with her neighbors. I've got her on there being a restraining order. She had to get out of her house that night. All of a sudden, all the neighborhood's picking on me because I'm her brother there with the camera. Surprise, they didn't know I was there filming it. And then when it got good and I had more than enough evidence, all of a sudden I step out and I'm videotaping, and boy, they went ballistic. And I became...
Things are very extreme with you.
And they popped 4 of her tires, so that's why I came over. She's like, Gary, you have a camera, you're across the street. Gary, will you come over here with your camera and videotape this stuff? So I did.
I went in after you moved out.
Are you talking to me?
And I salvaged, whoever wants to hear.
Oh, you're kind of projecting this way, but
no, I'm remembering.
Oh.
And I salvaged your paintings and some of the things I thought were
Nancy
important.
said she did that.
Nancy lied to you. And I got those. I gave them to Nancy to
give okay, because I was going to say somehow she had them, but she kept telling me, Gary, I went up there and got them. I'm like, you didn't have to.
More.
And she went, I did.
But you've always accused me of damaging your stuff up there.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
What?
Just the opposite.
The teenagers broke in there, stole my comic books that were 40 years old.
I had to evict you to get you out of the house up at the roundhouse.
You know why? Because I put a bathroom in there. When you come in that door off of the driveway, I put that bathroom and toilet in there, and the tub. I put it in, and then when it got to where all Mom needed was a drywaller, and it was her house, not yours. You didn't evict me. Mom put it in. Mom put it in your. No, you showed up and you said I'm speaking for the manager, and the judge said manager cannot evict. You got to refile. So you put it in Mom's name.
You twisted that.
So Mom put it in your name. You came back and filed. It's all on document.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Mom put it in my name years ago.
Did you go one time and evict me, or did it take 2?
I went once with her. I don't even remember the first part. I remember our part. Our part.
Mom owned the house when I made the contract. I could have sued her, but I didn't.
No,
I was going to Vegas.
It was...
See, here we go talking about everything but.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Mom had tried to evict you. By the time we went to court, I had ownership of the property. The judge dismissed it because Mom said she was the manager, not me.
No, other way around.
I owned it.
Not yet.
I did.
No. Mom filed.
Go look at your dates.
You filed and you said I'm the manager. No. And she goes, cut. The manager cannot do this. She has the owner.
You're wrong.
Okay, it might be the other way, but it was not like you thought it was going to be, and you had to come back. You had to file again and come back.
I went with Mom and the judge. Never mind.
You had to do it twice because you were manipulating.
I was there twice, but I was only there as support the first time. Second time, I went because
My mom owned the building when she contracted with me to put a bathroom in there, a toilet, a tub, and a shower.
As you lived for free.
And no, I wasn't, because she asked me to come down to guard the house because Danny had 2 trailers stolen out of the driveway.
There for free.
Okay.
And I can't even tell you if she paid you anything for it.
No, she didn't. It was free.
You're yelling.
And I said to Mom.
You're yelling.
I said to Mom, I'll give you $100 a week on that. Off of a $800 contract that was worth $1,800 minimum.
Okay. So anyway,
that she would never
evicted
produce.
you, but when it went to court, because we had changed ownership, it was dismissed. I went back the second time because I had to file it. Then you weren't out when you were supposed to be. You
didn't know I was in a car wreck.
I don't care.
I thought I had one more day. It drizzled snow. You guys stole my insulation. And I went to look. Everything was there but my insulation out in the snow.
Insulation?
Insulation.
That doesn't even make sense.
I had one roll of insulation in there. I'm a contractor. I do plastering. Sometimes I needed to shove it in there.
I don't recall. Maybe that was part of
and
it.
everything was on my truck and out waiting for me except that roll.
It was not in the truck.
And I know it wasn't. Some of because I
Nothing
pulled
was
up
in
with
the
it.
truck.
I know, but I started putting things in the truck,
Okay.
and then I went, wait a minute, where's my insulation? And
No.
I said, well, let me look and make sure I got everything. You think I could peek in there? I couldn't even peek
Oh,
in.
you're lying.
What would I do if I
Now
walk
I'm
in there?
saying you're lying.
You could have called the cops, but I took one step and you went, boom, pushed me up against the door jamb, and you had me by the jacket. I peeled your thumb off, and instantly you went, I got you now. You twisted my thumb. And I should have stayed there, but I went ahead and left because I don't live in
Gary,
this.
some of your pieces.
Okay, let's start all over. You came out to have a conversation about Mom.
Some of those
Can you
pieces
drop that?
are accurate about that you injured me.
I remember being born.
And some
That's
of
accurate.
some of that, your stuff was on the patio. It
All
was
of it.
on a tarp. It was neatly packed.
In the snow. She couldn't wait one more day. I had to be out on the 9th. I thought it meant.
Because of the
I thought
trouble.
it meant the 9th was the last day. I've
You're
never been
breaking
evicted.
in, going through the skylight. I've never gotten that right.
I
yet.
didn't do that.
Yeah, I know. And anyway, and your stuff was packed, and all the stuff that you had.
Oh, I remember.
Your
I did do that.
beautiful
You know why?
suits
Because
and the
they locked the
paint.
doors and they turned off my power. The tenants. So
Well-
you had them against me, and they jumped me one night.
I had nothing to do with them.
She did. She had them all against me behind my back. I'm recording 14 hours of all these
Maybe they
videotapes
think
for
that
Christmas.
You being violent and in your mother's face. And
I got that on
threatening
video
her.
too.
Yeah, I
and
know.
you know what she said? Snake. She didn't call me a snake. The spirit in her went snake, and I was like, oh my God! And
Sure,
I
it was
stumbled
edited
on
to
them.
look that way. So anyway,
I've got it all on video. It's going on YouTube.
So
edited.
anyway, it was all packed for you on a tarp, everything neat, even the suit, the good clothes that you had in paint that was spilled all over the carpeting. Why?
Wait a minute. If I had it in paint, why would you consider it something worth putting out, laying out nice and neat?
No.
See, you just want to take
No, you're missing
nitpick.
it. I had your items packed. I even took your suits and
my
everything
insulation.
that was in paint, put it in plastic bag.
I don't put nothing in paint. Why would I have paint in there?
Gary, you lived like a slob, and
No,
it
you
was
do.
all over.
You do.
You lived, I said, and if you want to bring it to present tense, let's go there.
Well,
'Cause you
that's
ain't got
where
a pot to
you
piss
can't
in.
move on. And I'm the one who cleans the counter, and Nancy makes a filthy mess out of it. And the other
Nancy
day, when you
doesn't
all
live
came
here.
over here, when
Nancy
you all
comes
came over
here
here,
and
all 6 of
cleans.
you, at the end of the day,
6 or 5.
no, there were 6. You, Mark, Carl,
Yeah.
Bridget,
Bridget wasn't
Sonia,
here. Oh, you're talking about Sunday. Okay. I thought
whatever day this was.
I'm mistaken. I thought you were talking about Saturday, the pain day that everybody showed up.
And April. That's 6. Next
That was
day, I think it
Sunday.
was. Next day, I think it was 5. 2 days in a row. The second day, I went. The spirit said to me, I got up to go and help again. The spirit said, sit down. I sat down and went, take good luck. I'm looking. That's your energy that you're looking at. They're all stumbling over each other, back and forth. It's all about this one lady in a bed, and there's energy
It's
back and
not
forth.
one lady. It's your mother.
One human being in a
Your
bed.
mother.
All these people are living their lives for this one, and it took them 4 or 5 hours. That's the energy you've been doing in 24
Gary,
spurts.
stop being a martyr.
See, that kills you.
Stop
24
being a
hours.
martyr.
No, you all were telling me we're so grateful and appreciative.
I am
Well, let me tell
grateful
you
and
what it's
appreciative.
been. You
But
think it
you're
was
not a
something?
martyr.
She was up walking around and everything down at your house, okay?
When?
When she was pooping on herself from one end on the new carpet to the other. Okay, she was getting around driving herself in the car. When I came back,
That was a different time period, yes. But with the
okay,
broken back,
okay.
she required.
But now that she's like,
assistance.
not like she is now, like she has been, oxygen, can't even
Pardon?
get.
How did she break her back?
She was walking out the front door and slipped on the whatever, I don't know why, but her shoe slipped on the carpeting on the step. So one foot went out, one foot went back. She came down on the frame and hit her head on the concrete.
Oh my goodness.
So she had a internal bleed in her head and a fractured back
Did she have a
for a
concussion?
week that nobody diagnosed for a week.
Oh my goodness.
And then she was air cared when it was diagnosed.
Physician, heal thyself.
She
You
had
know.
a concussion also?
I don't recall that. I just recall the hospital saying, your mother should have been in here. She's got a cranial bleed and we have to air care her. She may require brain surgery. And I said, she was here last night. All they did was that chest x-ray. And he's like, I said, let's not talk about that. That's a separate issue. What do we need to do?
Oh my
So,
goodness, I'm so
I
sorry.
stayed at the hospital with her. I dealt with all of that. I dealt with the braces, getting the braces, the follow-up visits. Carl took her for the
How
visits.
long ago was that?
This has been almost 4 years ago. 2 years ago, she had a stroke, massive. And she came out of that like nothing happened. They wrote a paper, the university hospital wrote a paper about her recovery.
While you're having this lovely chat, I'm going to get a cup
It is a lovely chat. And it's peaceful. And because they use social media to determine the onset of her stroke. So,
I am so sorry.
no, I feel sorry for you because you're kind of trapped. So, again, I didn't know initially. I heard you were coming Saturday. They were picking you up at the airport. You mentioned being here a year. Then I just still didn't put that you were going to be staying here. Then Gary said something about the key, and I'm like, oh. So then I wanted to talk to him because it's like, you're a guest, and I have no problem with you staying. I wanted to know, what is the plan? Are you planning on staying here a year free? I can't afford that. You're here as a guest? By all means, I can afford that. I don't want you trapped in this crazy family. I feel like you are here with nobody but...
Well, I'll be honest, I'm going through, challenges of my own. I have nobody on this earth anymore.
I'm sorry that that's what you've got to rely on.
And
We could all be one person here and one person when you really get to know us.
well, like I say, I was hoping it would take one day at a time. I've been saying
agree.
to myself, did I make the right decision or did I make the wrong? Unfortunately, he was gracious enough to help me. I've never ever been in a situation like this in my life. This last year and a half has been pure hell for me.
Well,
I've
then,
had 3 deaths in less than a year and a half.
and potentially one more to be exposed to. And this family does not handle it, as you see. With Dad, it was we weren't feeding him the right food, don't feed him that, and the doctor says, I don't care if you feed the man candy bars, he's dying, get calories in him. I'm not worried about his nutrition, I'm worried about calories, so he has fuel to fight, to survive. And it was ugly. I was poisoning him, it was ugly. And that wasn't from him. That part wasn't from him.
But what I'm saying is that she was interested in learning from me because, believe it or not, I have a grandfather, my natural grandfather, who literally had stomach cancer and lung cancer back during the time of the 30s and 40s. And you had no hope at all those days. And my father was in the prime of his practice and everything. He originally was a neurosurgery as well as orthopedic, and but he got away from that. He bridged more toward natural holistic health because it was a situation that happened to him where the medical side could not or would not work with him, things like that. So he bridged it, and he had 3 specialties. He also had a doctor of chiropractic. But back in those days,
Yeah,
they had to have pre-med on top of that. He was already an MD. He was also a radiologist, a very well-respected one at that, as well as actually an acupuncturist, very well-respected in that.
very multi-diverse.
Well, he was, and
He was Elvis's doctor for one day.
I think we're talking about your grandfather, aren't we?
My father.
Father.
And
Oh, I thought
he
you
has
said your
treated-
grandfather.
No, he has treated many celebrities. Many. It was Barbra Streisand, Bob Hope. Not Elvis Presley, that wasn't correct.
At the Hawaii, the Aloha comeback,
He treated...
You said he was on standby, or he was...
Right.
He treated Baron and Conrad Hilton, the parents,
what about Elvis here? Because you told me years ago when I first met you, so if I misunderstood, but you said he was on
met
standby.
Elvis.
Elvis always had physicians around him at all.
He met Elvis, but he didn't treat him.
I didn't say treat. He was on standby as a physician if Elvis needed. That Elvis had certain
Elvis had
physicians that were
50
the key physicians, but he wanted many minds to interact with them.
Well, believe it or not, Elvis did have 50 different physicians waiting in line for him at all times.
Can't get a straight answer, but
Was your
yes.
father one of those?
Yes, he was.
There you
There,
go.
that's
See,
the
got to
part.
go in a 5-minute circle.
But anyway, he also treated athletes from Billy Williams to Hank Aaron to, I don't know if you're going to recognize this gentleman, Ken Berry from the
Yeah.
original White Sox. And he originally played with what they would go on to become the Oakland A's, but they were the California A's at one time.
I remember that.
Okay, he treated him. And matter of fact, you were mentioning about the hockey player back here.
A what?
Like you know the tennis here who used to play hockey. Maybe you said.
Oh, yeah.
My father treated Bobby Hall, Tony Esposito.
Very
They were
famous
all
hockey.
famous from the Blackhawks.
Top echelon of
Yes.
hockey, yeah.
And things like that. But he was an orthopedic surgeon, things like that. But let me get to the point where I'm getting at. As he started getting more toward natural health, and he got away from the AMA, he just saw so much corruption going on. Even back then, wasn't anything like it is today. He had a passion him and his team to eradicate it, things like that. And they created the scientific nutritional method of eating, and it would be adapted into the successes of the Atkins, the South Beach, and various different programs that have succeeded. All right, and it's not about anything. How do I say it? It's not eccentric. It's about understanding the importance of complex carbs with the balance of natural holistic grains and so forth. We grew up with it. We grew up with whole grain crusts, whole grain muffins and pancakes and all these kinds of things. We came to this country, the grinders and things like that. We can make it ourselves. And matter of fact, I have half a gallon of natural buttermilk that we grew up on.
Oh.
I know most people can't stand it, but I love it. It's
My
terrific.
My
it's good.
dad loved it too.
It helps so much on a natural basis, especially if you have intestinal or stomach issues. It helps to coat. It's very, very good, things like that. But getting back to my grandfather, my father treated him. That's his
That's
fault.
where the grandfather and
That's-
father, I
that's
got
where
it
you got
crossed.
confused.
Yeah.
My grandfather on my father's side from Scotland was a very well-respected contractor himself. He was a builder. He started out as cabinet maker from my cabinetry, and he started out also as a Freemason, and he had expanded. But he's also formally educated. He was a civil solicitor solicitor's the terminology in Europe was the same thing as lawyer.
Lawyer.
And so he was formally educated, and he fought for, highly skilled tradesmen, but because they didn't have a sheepskin means that they didn't have a degree. A lot of these,
Well, I just wanted to make sure you weren't meaning condom because sheepskin.
no, sheepskin.
I'm throwing in a
I know,
joke.
that's all right. I understand. Sheepskin, that's what my father always used to use. When he talked about, a degree.
One moment. I'm sure they're wondering if I'm alive. Yeah, let's Bridget. What time is it anyway? 11 o'clock. My normal life. Come on. Hey there. Hey. Yeah, and where are your children, right? Yeah, I'm still up here. We're still talking, sometimes progressively, sometimes in circles, but we're still talking. So, I'll be home soon. I mean, we forget about that part too, that, even though I might get a few hours sleep, I don't get a nap during the day. I still gotta go. Yeah, but I usually wake up during the night and then my mind's on all the stuff I've got my mind on. So I told you I almost walked out of work today because I just couldn't function. My phone rang all day long. All day long. So anyway, I'll be home in a little while. We're going to finish up here and then check on Mom, and then I'll probably have my typical bowl of cereal and go to bed. Yeah. Whoa, there better be never. No, I can't eat anything like that this late. There should have been another full bag of those. I'll be fine. Or a piece of cheese, and I'll make a half a cheese sandwich or something. Okay. Oh, maybe. Do you mind being part of a little piece of conversation? Okay, I'm gonna put you on speaker, just rather than bring you up here. Hold on. Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I was bringing up that what you and separately Nancy had told me about what was said to Mom about holistic eating, pills eating, having your pills, or having pills that are killing her. This is my rephrase because I don't hone on every word. Holistic, healthy eating, or going to a nursing home. Was that said or not? Or clarify the words if I'm using the wrong word.
Well, I mean, I don't know, and it's late, but he was talking about holistic foods that would help her. Yeah, but Gary said something about Grandma needed to decide if she wanted to work with
I needed what?
and go that route with medications that could potentially kill her or holistic foods that could potentially help her.
Okay, and then anything about a nursing home?
That you had mentioned her going to a nursing home.
That I had mentioned it?
Yeah.
Okay. Without an argument, straight to the point, questions?
I told Mom, Sandy told me there is no way you will ever go to a nursing home, because she said, and a nursing home? And what I said was, there are two paths you can take here, all pills, or we can work the holistic in with it. It's not drop one and do the other, it'll be both if you want. And she said, I want, and later on she went out of her way when no one else was here, and she said, I want that.
Okay. Were you here to hear what you just said he said, or is this something you heard from Nancy?
This is just what I picked up during a conversation when we were sitting outside.
Well, she said, I think. And
Never any asking.
Okay, never mind. You're not giving like word. So he's like, you said and I think and whatever. So it doesn't matter. He's not going to buy that.
No, a judge in court would say, you're saying I think. Do you know
right,
or not?
I'm not going to keep you longer. You said what you shared with me. That's what I said you shared with me. And so I just wanted you to clarify that is what you heard. Whether Gary believes he said something
because she
different,
still
or
didn't
whether
say.
you heard him
She didn't say definitive.
because he won't listen.
I am listening.
You're not listening because you're trying to talk over me.
She didn't say definitive. I don't want you to hang up. She didn't say definitive.
I'm sorry she didn't use your right word. Go get a dictionary.
No,
Mom
she him-hauled. She went, well,
come on.
And then when you asked about Nancy, if it wasn't Nancy, she would have said no.
Oh.
Nancy was there. She would have been point blank like Gary is. See, I throw it on out there because it's the truth. The truth never fails. I know. So anyway, just so you know, if you get mad, don't hit the table, hit me. No, it's a joke.
It's not a joke because you've done that one too many.
I've got this out here because the project I'm doing now is all these that are picking up that
But you're going around telling Mom and telling the same story that Mom hit Dad with a hammer and that's
No,
what
I'm not
hurt
telling
him.
that story.
Well, you have.
No, I have. Back then.
And I was
all
told
the evidence
you did
was
it
there.
again.
All the evidence was there.
Fuck that.
Fuck that. Yeah, now the hammer's gone and Dad too, but it matched too perfect.
Can you believe that the man had a stroke and did a dead fall to the floor?
Then why did she leave him laying there and go back and lay down on the bed mattress she had in the living room and call Mark and say, your dad fell, you might want to come over. Not call 911, but call 911 on me for 2 years.
Dad was conscious.
But didn't call them that day.
Dad kept saying, call Carl. She said, Mark is around the corner. Carl's probably at work. He's like, no, call Carl. I would never say that to Mark because I would never want to hurt Mark. That Dad said, I want Carl.
And back then, Mark was upset about Carl.
I can't deal with that.
And Dad getting along. And so I told Mark, I said, look.
Be his friend if you want to be close to him is what I would have said.
I said, Mark, you are free to interact with your dad any way you want. I said, they're working on properties together all
We
these years.
spend
They
our
are friends,
time
okay?
together.
Dad has no one else to talk to. You know, I tried to put him in perspective on that.
But-
Carl is no threat to us.
But do you see her or something?
Yeah, I see she's doing something with the phone. I don't know if she's trying to reach you or reach someone.
I told her to call me. I had my phone.
She's doing something with something in the air. I don't know what she's doing. I just want to make sure she's okay.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad you could see her.
Yeah.
Mom, do you need something?
She just tried to call me.
Mom?
She wants Gary. You catching all this? She doesn't know. I'm recording all this right now. Nobody's gonna lie. Thank God I recorded it, because I started turning off a little while ago. All of a sudden she went into and boom, boom, and other lies and brought up her attacking me in front of my dying dad. I've got it all in here, and she's going on YouTube. She don't know yet. I might sue her for this house. More than enough evidence. And that wasn't my intent, but it's like, you want to play this game? You're right. You're always right. You want to play this game? And you're about ready to lose it now anyway. She just told me all that. I could go to an attorney and say, look, I've got this recorded. Here's the evidence. It's all in the courthouse up there, too. Everything that we talked about, all the evidence is there. You want to go grab this house from her, and you can have your portion of the money?
Somebody used to rescue mother like that.
Let her keep thinking she's winning, and she's got, changing my
I'm gonna be
diaper.
honest with you. No
My mom
offense.
never changed my diaper. It was always her.
This is no offense. I thought the chaos I had at home was.
Well, I kept warning you, and you kept irritating me with, I wish I had. You wish you had this? When you were in Phoenix, and you go,
No.
I wish, and I would blow up on you. I'd be like, you don't know. You know, nobody's happy if people with curly hair want straight hair. People with straight hair want wavy hair. And that's life. I know, you're so evil. Well, okay, that was part 2. I'm going to pause it now because, it could get a little boring after an hour and a half. Because I'm all alone now. But my mom just tried to call me. I'll get that on video. Let's see if I can get this to show up. Oh, come on. Mom. She just called me at 11:05. The time right now is 11:09. See? My mom just called me 4 minutes ago. She didn't call Sandy. Did she call Sandy? See Gary on there? Gary's trying to dot the I's, cross the T's, put a period at the end of all the garbage. This yard, I did this. There was nothing but dirt and mud when I moved in here. And I planted 1 sunflower, well, I planted 3 sunflowers. Sunflower, in honor of my dearly departed Irish dad who loved sunflowers. So I made that garden, did all that way out there, made all this look like brick. All that stucco there, that's not brick, I did that for free. Out of love. I did all this, cleaned all the trash along that side of the driveway, going around re-nailing all the planks that nobody has taken care of ever since my dad died in 1999. So that would be 19 years that they've let this all go to trash.